Hello and a very warm welcome to Moneycontrol. I'm Shweta Punj. Today is a historical day in India's economic history. The 10-year anniversary of an ambitious scheme that India embarked on, Pradhan Mantri Jan-dhan Yojana, of opening bank accounts for underprivileged Indians who would otherwise not have a chance in getting an account in a bank. The Pradhan Mantri Jan-dhan Yojana has ensured that millions of Indians are now included in the financial system. To get a sense of where we are in this journey of financial empowerment, I'm joined by our Secretary of Department of Financial Services, Mr. Nagaraju. Thank you very much for joining us and congratulations on a 10-year anniversary. Historic. I started by saying it's indeed a historic day because several years ago, nobody could have thought of a rickshaw puller or a local potter having a bank account. It was almost an aspiration in India, and that was changed through this scheme. Can you tell us today, after 10 years, how many bank accounts have been opened? What's the percentage of Indians that are covered under this scheme?
Thank you very much. Today is really, as you said, is a very historic day for the country as a whole. That more than 53 crore adults have opened bank accounts under the PM Jan-dhan Yojana, and out of that 56% of these account holders are women, and the total deposits in the accounts are almost little more than 2.31 lakh crore.
Okay.
And out of these accounts, we have almost 67% of these accounts are from rural or semi-urban. And for them, we have also issued 36 crore RuPay cards to these account holders.
Okay.
Now, therefore, when you look at in terms of the women who got, it actually speaks to three things. One is, of course, the women empowerment,
right,
and women freedom from the economic and financial perspective. Now, it has actually led tremendous changes into her own life and also in the households. Now, if you look at the poor woman having a bank account, without no need to seek prior approval of husband,
sure,
or a son, or a brother, or a father, and making the economic choices, economic decisions, buying something, not buying something, making an expenditure, not making an expenditure, that has actually led to tremendous self-empowerment of women in the country. These accounts, imagine they are semi-literate and they are not used their education for a lot of purposes,
right, but
now they are able to access the bank accounts without help of anybody. You just remember the PIN, go there, withdraw money, deposit money, spend the money. Nothing could have actually revolutionized more than the opening of the PM Jan-dhan Yojana accounts.
What's the minimum deposit that these accounts have?
It's a zero account.
Okay.
Zero accounts, they're all no frill, zero accounts, no need to have any account at all, no amount at all. But despite that, we have more than 2,31,000 crores.
In deposits? In
the deposits.
Okay.
That's tremendous amount.
Right. Any average amount that you feel is there? Like, is there an average to this number that we can?
Yeah, there is an average number. I think we do just divide this 53 crore.
Okay, sure. So that's. And is there any data to suggest that any specific states where Pradhan Mantri Jan-dhan Yojana has done better?
UP, the states, most of the states are more most of the unbanked people have been now saturated. Now, UP being the largest state, they have a large number, and also Bihar.
Okay.
UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, and southern states, all of them have accounts now. And we mostly saturated everybody, all the adults.
Really?
Yeah, most of the
So adults. Now what's next for this scheme?
Next is we see, now if you look at it, this is actually, when I was thinking about it, now that let me put in the perspective. If normally had India been opening the accounts, to open this 53 crore new accounts, it would have taken India almost 5 decades.
Wow.
5 decades. But we have actually done in less than a decade.
So how did you do that?
This is mission mode, the guidance given by the Prime Minister, and then the close monitoring by the Finance Minister and the entire Government of India. Of course, cooperation from the state governments, everybody involved, and then the banking community. Banking community has risen up to the occasion when the scheme was launched by the Honorable Prime Minister, and they ensured that each adult individual who have no bank account have a bank account. In fact, I know I was also involved in the state. It was we used to monitor on monthly basis new accounts opening with all the bankers, and given the terrain of the country, there are places, there are hilly regions, remote regions, tribal hamlets. Even those places people have gone, bankers have gone and then opened the accounts. And now if you look at it, actually now it is acting as a base, okay, multiplier. Now when you have linked with JAM, jan-dhan, Aadhaar and mobile, and then you have now the UPI. UPI would have not been this great success without having accounts, without having the RuPay cards, the debit cards. Now everybody, entire world talks about UPI, but the base is PM Jan-dhan Yojana accounts. Then we also talk about the DBT. Now earlier money used to go to different routes to ultimate beneficiaries. Now the money actually flows to the accounts of these beneficiaries. These are the schemes. There are several schemes. Entire DBT architecture is based on the having an account.
How many leakages have we been able to plug?
No, now there are no leakages. Now directly money goes.
So what's the money saved because there are no leakages?
I don't have the number exactly now. Now earlier used to be, I think all of us know, there used to be a lot of leakages and also there are a lot of delay in giving the money to the ultimate beneficiaries by the state governments and districts, because when the center sanctions the money, it goes to state government and it gets the approval of the finance departments of the concerned state governments, goes to the districts. From the district again it was approved. Then ultimately it goes to the BDO, and then from there it goes to the ultimate beneficiary. Now nothing. In fact, when the center releases the funds, it directly goes to the accounts of. Imagine the amount of security people will have that once center releases, the people get the without the delay or time delay or leakages.
So I'll come to the time that it's taking for the money to get transferred in just a little bit, but I just want to go back to my earlier question on now what next for Pradhan Mantri.
See, next one you are building lot. As you notice, the Minister of Finance has been announcing. In fact, some other development ministries also have announced large number of schemes. Now we have Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana, the accident insurance scheme, and Jivan Jyoti Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Jivan Jyoti Yojana, there's a life insurance scheme, Atal Pension Yojana, and then the most important, and of course, Stand Up India scheme is there, and the most important scheme is Mudra. Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. The most interesting, people are not recognizing, under the Mudra scheme, we have opened accounts almost 50 crore.
50 crore Mudra accounts.
50 crore Mudra accounts. And out of that, 68% of these accounts are for women. Means Mudra accounts actually, Mudra loans are given for MSME, MSME sector, and out of that, 68% are from the women. Imagine the kind of transformation that is actually has taken place and taking place because of the MSME sector and the women getting the small loans. We can actually extend loan, banks can extend loans up to 10 lakh without guarantee, collaterals. Now earlier, imagine women living in poor rural areas, semi-urban areas, getting these loans. They never used to get from the banking community. Very few used to get it. They used to get it from the local money lenders or NBFCs or some other people. And then they never used to venture into entrepreneurship. Now they are actually, because they are able to get the Mudra loans, they are actually entering into the MSME sector, becoming entrepreneurs, they become producers, and actually they are actually active participants in the economy, in the growth of the economy. And seeing them, I'm actually, all of us are aware, when the mother is working or sister is working, the rest of the members of the family also actually become more entrepreneurship.
Absolutely.
And also, so that way there is this transformation of family, and the rural economy is actually built basically on the PM Jan-dhan Yojana accounts.
Okay, so now PM Jan-dhan will be used to push through these insurance schemes and
other development schemes.
Other development schemes.
And PMAY, PM Awas Yojana Urban,
right,
that will also be available. Now we are, the Honorable Finance Minister announced that that is also there. We will be able to push. Now imagine without accounts, it's not possible for us actually to push any of these development schemes to help these people.
Absolutely. So do we have any data on how many people have actually signed up for the government run insurance schemes from those who have Jan-dhan accounts?
No, you see, we have the list. Now if I look at it, now we have 45 crore people have signed up for accident insurance.
Okay.
And
from the Jan-dhan account holders?
No, total account
holders,
account, including Jan-dhan account
Got
holders.
It. Okay.
And then Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, we have 20 crore accounts. And Atal Pension Yojana, almost 7 crore. And then Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, 50 crore.
Okay.
And then Stand Up India scheme, we have 2.5 lakh accounts. Now these are all possible because we have actually baseline of PM Jan-dhan Yojana.
Absolutely. I wanted to get a sense from you on, how many of these accounts are active? Is there
now normally average bank accounts, about anywhere between, I think around 20% are inactive.
Okay.
And the same applies to PM Jan-dhan Yojana also, inactive.
Okay.
That's the industry average.
Okay.
Here also same.
20%. Also, there have been concerns that have come up in the past about Jan-dhan accounts being used for illegal, routing of money, and there have been some security concerns that have also come up. For instance, people have received emails and letters saying that you're getting a Jan-dhan account and they've been defrauded. So these kind of instances have happened. So is that on your radar? Are you looking at addressing these challenges?
See, this the banking fraud. Banking fraud is a big thing. Not only the poor people who are actually the schemes happen for them, right, even for urban educated people also.
Yes.
And we have very robust mechanism we have built in most of the banks, and the cyber fraud cases we review and action is taken. In fact, if there are frauds happen, if it is immediately informed to the banks, banks actually take the liability to, without their involvement is not there, it happened without if it is a bank responsibility, banks will make up. And even if there are complaints like this, there is cyber security fraud, even after 7 days, before 7 days they apply to us, inform us, banks actually take action on that.
Okay. Right. And is there any, any intelligence on the kind of frauds that have happened in the Jan-dhan accounts? Not
Jan-dhan accounts, but generally accounts, they keep happening, and then we keep proactively taking large number of
right,
actions, both preventive as well as post happening. And then we have coordination also with the agencies involved,
right,
identifying the root causes and ensuring that, and then the biggest thing is that education, the account holder education on not sharing the account details, or sharing the OTPs, or opening the fictitious spam mail.
Right.
Those things I think we need to avoid. For that actually banks are doing education work. We need to do more. But even
any legislative framework that you're looking at to address this?
No, we have adequate framework now.
Okay.
I don't think legislative framework is required as of now.
Okay. So, you mentioned that growth now in Jan-dhan accounts is coming from Bihar and UP. Any assessment by when do we see these states reaching a saturation point?
No.
And how about the northeastern states?
No, northeastern is also most of the states actually almost coverage is almost saturation point now. I'm talking about Bihar and UP and Bihar having the largest number of accounts, given their population numbers.
Right.
Now, similarly, most of the people, whoever is possible, we have identified and brought them into account thing. And if there are any few people left out, I think we keep on bringing them. That's keep happening.
Okay. Any research, on the impact that these Jan-dhan accounts have had in rural India, in urban India? There are a whole host of schemes that are being linked to the Jan-dhan accounts and where money is getting transferred. And any feedback that you can share with us?
No, see, there are a large number of studies on the positive impact of Jan-dhan accounts on the lives of the people, life of the women, and also rural households. A number of studies have been done, and most of them are actually unanimous that this is one of the biggest game changer in the history of independent India, in transforming the lives, in ensuring that women have access to the account, poor people have access to accounts, financial inclusion, and also the women have the financial choice in making the decisions. There are a number of studies.
Okay. My last question to you is on just going back into the government has approached Jan-dhan in mission mode.
Correct.
Now, do we see the government going in mission mode when it comes to pushing through these insurance schemes also? What can we expect going forward when it comes to how are you going to simplify it for people? How are you to sign up for insurance? How are you going to break that knowledge barrier?
See, the endeavor of the government has always been to bring more people, financial inclusion. Now we are also talking about insurance inclusion. Now the PM Jan-dhan Yojana is now become qualitatively much better compared to in the initial apprehension people had.
Right.
Now similarly Mudra, PM Mudra Yojana. Now the kind of impact it is making in the rural household is actually it's completely unimaginable. In fact, it's changing the SME sector landscape in the rural. Now we also have PM Awas Yojana. We are actually pushing that through because of the base.
So somebody can go up to a bank account, get the PM Awas to a bank branch, get the PM Awas form, fill it out.
Online. We are going to have online portal.
Okay.
Like now we have PM Vidya Lakshmi scheme for the educational loans.
Right.
We are going to have a portal.
Okay.
Anybody can enter into the portal, and whichever bank he wants to access the product, they can actually go and access that.
Okay. And will this be in regional languages or?
It will presently English.
Okay.
But we can actually make it regional languages also.
And by when can we expect the portal to
We would this year we will do that because it has been announced program. We are eager to launch it quickly.
Okay, this will be my last question.
Okay.
There's a vision that was spoken about by the finance minister in the budget on building a financial ecosystem for Viksit Bharat.
Correct.
Any details of that you can share with us?
This is the biggest pillar to that financial inclusion for 2047 is actually PM Jan-dhan Yojana. Bringing people, unbanked people who are not part of the financial ecosystem, having an account, and then they are able to spend money through DBT, receive money and spend on UPI. This is the financial inclusion. And then you have a digital footprint of their credit standing, and then they'll be able to access a lot of credit.
Right.
Now we are also coming up with a nimble kind of a thing based on the digital presence of economic presence. We should be able to assess the eligibility of different products.
Okay.
Now
for loans,
credit.
And this is for Jan-dhan account holders?
Yeah, including Jan-dhan account holders.
So that would be a step up. The Jan-dhan account holders can also get a loan now.
This is actually, most of them will be actually beneficiaries of Jan-dhan account only because they will not be having big business. They will not be having a lot of credit history.
Right.
But as long as they are spending it and it is captured through a digital footprints, and that could be utilized to assess their eligibility and give the loans. That is actually game change, another biggest change for rural households.
Absolutely. So So my key takeaway is that now you're taking this forward, pushing through insurance products and Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, and you're going to take this forward into giving loans to people with jan-dhan accounts.
Correct.
And their digital financial footprint will be used to assess
Correct.
the loans that they'll qualify for. All right. Thank you very much. I wish you the very best.
Thank
in
you
this
very much.
journey.
Thank you.
And thank you for giving Moneycontrol your first interview as the DFS Secretary.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I hope you will treat me well.
Absolutely, absolutely. We look forward to having, seeing more of you on Moneycontrol.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much for watching. Do send us your thoughts, feedback and questions for the DFS Secretary right here on Moneycontrol.